iHeart Podcasts. Hear more Gold 101.7 podcasts.
Playlists and listen live on the free iHeart app.
Jonesy and Amanda.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
Australian radio's Jonesy and Amanda.
Miss Keller.
Amanda. Hello, Wiggles.
Jonesy. Yeah, personal friend.
Bit of a tongue twist there.
The legendary pirate Jonesy.
He's a genius. That's what the J stands for.
And Amanda the actress.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Brendan and Amanda, and you're on the same show.
We're mass communicating. Jonesy and Amanda are here. It's showtime.
Hello there, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm getting good grades.
According to who? Or whom?
People. Timbuk 3, largely.
You know what I was just looking at here? It's Monday, and on Monday I thought it'd be nice, let's shout the team a coffee.
Very nice of you.
Just took down all the orders. Imagine, don't you feel sorry for someone who runs a coffee emporium? For a number of years, my dad had been in the financial business. And then when that was wrapping up, when he was sort of getting older, he decided to run a coffee shop. And it was in a shopping centre. And sometimes there'd be older people who'd just come in and they'd bring their own tea bag. Or if it was coffee, you'd pretty much just press the urn and that'd be it. We've come a long way from those days.
He had a coffee shop with one of those old pump urns.
For all I know, he did, because coffee wasn't a big deal. Instant coffee was enough for people.
Yeah.
Look at our orders here. This one's me. Skim Weak Mocha, extra hot.
Yep.
Well, I'm obviously extra hot. Skim Flat White, extra hot. That's you.
Yep.
Jacinda's having it just says cappuccino.
Yeah, which is Italian.
Joe wanted a 3/4 strong skim latte. Megan wanted a 3/4 skim weak hot choc.
Duh.
Jenna wants an almond hot choc. Foxy wants a soy latte, 1 sugar. And Ryan, just a cappuccino.
Just a cappuccino for Gem Y, right?
He wants a cup of chino.
Right, yep. And I'll say that I do the shout of the coffee during the week as well. It's not just you shouldering the burden.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well,
no, that's true. You did last week. You did last week. That is true.
week.
But haven't we come a long way from where the tin of international roast was as fancy as it got, and now look at this. It's the bane of your life if you say, does someone want a coffee?
When I used to work in the panel beating industry with Ralph would just make you a coffee and it was 2 sugars and milk. And that was it. And you were lucky if the cup was clean and the water was hot.
Yeah.
You just took it and you accepted it.
And you loved it.
And that's what you did.
Yeah.
That was back in the day.
My dad had a little sailboat for some time, and so he talked me out of having milk because he said, you're going to just have to get used to there being no milk. And my husband was a feature film editor in New Zealand many, many, many years ago. And he said there was never milk in the fridge, so he's never had milk in his coffee. My sons don't have milk in their coffee. It's just learning to keep it straightforward.
It's like never miss an opportunity. If you see a toilet facility, go to it. These are the lessons.
Tenets. When they say what great advice have you been given in your life, they should be the 2 things. Don't pass up a toilet and don't expect milk in your coffee.
And you're writing this down, kids. These are lessons to live your life.
2 commandments.
We have an action-packed show today. Steven Bradbury is joining us on the show today. I'm enjoying, there's a list of things we can't say about the current games that are going on in Italy.
Are we allowed to say what I've called them?
Well, I'm just going through. I can't even read this out. There's don't use and do use.
This has got more redactions than the Epstein files.
It does. We can say the event, the games, sports event in Italy.
We can say the games, can we?
We can say the games, and I've checked this thoroughly. We can say Olympics.
How about my version, Icy Olympics?
Icy Olympics.
We should be set up with some little buzzers under our seats, and we get electric shocks if we get it wrong.
Right, okay.
Imagine how many mistakes
I think you're just in it for it. Like that person that used to cheat in the chess.
Oh, yeah, with the beads up the backside. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's happened again.
We'll talk about the Icy Olympics, but we can't get the afternoon underway until we do the Fast Five.
Would you like to play? Give us a call, 1355 22.
Ryan, put on some Bon Jovi. It better be You Give Love a Bad Name on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold with Jonesy and Amanda for Jam Nation.
How fast can this thing go?
Faster than the speed of light.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Fast Five.
We have for you the Fast Five. There are 5 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 5 correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
Well, once again, I'll say you don't have to answer all 5. You just have to answer question 5
Yeah, the last one.
to win the prize. Look, a $500 voucher to Fun Lab experiences, including Hijinks Hotel.
Hijinks Hotels, they're everywhere. all around the country.
You have some hijinks there. What if you feel like some low jinks?
Low jinks at a hotel.
I reckon you could get away with some low jinks there too.
Jenny is in Gisborne. Hello, Jenny.
Hello, Jonesy and Amanda.
How are you?
You sound
little bundle of
excited
energy?
for a Monday.
I am.
Good.
Good. Well, we're happy to
What's
have you.
Jenny been up to?
I'm just about to pick up my daughter from school, and I do a 1 hour commute.
Each way, Jenny.
Yeah, each way, sadly, but this is country living.
Yeah. But because when you get there and then because the kiss and drop, back in my days my parents never dropped me to school, but it was just you drop the kid off.
They did a slap and drop.
And you'd the car wouldn't even stop. But these days you got the kiss and drop and the whole thing. That takes half the day.
Correct.
And at the end of the day, no one wants to be kissed at any time. Just get in the boot and let's get home.
Okay.
Well, let's see if we can tell you, is it a daughter or a son you're picking up?
My daughter,
Let's see if we
she's
can-
17, no kissing.
She's
No,
17.
Bit of
Oh, good on you.
scowling, I'm
17,
imagining.
That's all right. She's getting picked up from school.
I'm just getting side-eye.
Yeah, I can picture it entirely. Here's question one for you, Jenny.
17-year-olds love being talked about on the radio.
And if you don't get this right, she'll be furious with you. What's the name of the underwater town where SpongeBob SquarePants lives? What's the name of the place?
Do you want to ask your daughter, Jenny?
She hasn't picked her up yet.
I wish I'm not there yet.
Oh, right. So she was giving you side eye. I thought she was in the car.
Oh, Jenny, sorry.
Sorry, Jenny. Good luck with that. Tim is in Cranebrook.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, g'day, how you going?
Very well. Do you know where SpongeBob lives?
In a pineapple under the sea.
What's the name of the little town? I guess it's a town or a little
What,
city.
is it a municipality?
What's the name of the place?
I got no idea, unfortunately.
Oh,
Can I give a clue?
well, why don't you do a clue and then we'll play a song?
The
Why don't
clue
we do
is
that?
there's sort of a reference to a part of swimming costume.
Yeah.
It's not Gusset Town.
Once Amanda was at Rio on a beach and she lost this part of her cosy.
I didn't lose it. It filled with sand.
Okay.
I'm still passing some of it.
Talk about municipality. Here's some thinking music in the form of Fleetwood Mac. If you'd like to play, why don't you call us? The Fast Five is afoot. 135522 on Gold.
Hear every second of Jonesy and Amanda on demand. Search for us now on the iHeart app.
Gold with Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation. Fleetwood Mac, Little Lies. Stevie Nicks on backup sinus.
She should get a commercial, shouldn't she, from a pharmaceutical company.
But what
I
would
think she's
happen?
probably had too many pharmaceuticals.
I don't think you don't want to put anything more up that nose, Stevie.
How fast can this thing go?
Faster than the speed of light.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Fast Five.
We're still up to
Fast
question
Five.
one.
I know, that's quote code, Stav of Altona North. When Amanda says we're still up to question one, that means hurry up. We got things to do.
Stav, let's get to question one. What's the name of the city or the town under the water where SpongeBob lives?
I'm going to go with Bikini Bottom.
It's
That's
Bikini,
Bikini
Bottom.
Let's play Cover Me.
Cover me. Cover me.
Cover me! I got you covered, boss.
This is an Irish folk cover. It sounds like a traditional Irish song, but it's not. What's the song they're actually singing? Have a listen.
For 40 days and for 40 nights, the law was on her side. But who can stand when she's forced to hide? I'm telling the truth. It's a shame and a sin what she's done. So we danced on the floor and around me, boy. And my mother told me.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's beautiful.
That is so good.
It's beautiful. It's a
Stav.
really popular song that you will know, but can
Yeah.
you pick what it is?
Oh, honestly, it's on the tip of my tongue. It really is. But it's not coming out.
Sorry,
Oh,
Stav.
From Stav to CJ in Beverly Hills. Hello, CJ.
Oh, hello.
It's so beautiful. Can we hear a little bit of it again?
For 40 days and for 40 nights, the law was on her side. But who can stand when she's forced to hide? I'm telling the truth. It's a shame and a sin what she's done.
You know what? Say what you like about AI, but that sounds
So we
great.
danced on the
I love
floor.
that.
Do you know the song, CJ?
Is it Billie Jean by a Muppet?
Yes, it is.
Pretty clever, CJ.
Question number 3. This is multiple choice for you. Which superhero lives by the motto, with great power comes great responsibility? Did A, Superman, B, Batman, or C, Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
It is
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
How many colours does a calico cat have, CJ? So you got to tell me.
Is there a multiple choice?
A calico
I
cat.
just gave
is
you
a-
multiple choice, CJ. Life isn't multiple
A
choice.
calico cat can be any old moggy. No, it doesn't have 4 colours.
Andy is in one Trina.
Hi, Andy.
Well, one Turner, how are you
One
guys?
Turner, sorry, Andy.
How many?
That's okay.
Do you know how many colours, Andy, that a calico cat has?
Wouldn't have a clue, to be honest with you.
It's not
I have a
4.
stab,
It's
Andy.
not 4, and it's more than none.
Probably 3.
It is 3. Suddenly you're a vet.
There you go.
You know your cats,
Which brings you to question 5. This
Hang
is
on, look
where
at Andy.
you can clean up here. Here we go. Which ice speed skater won gold for Australia in 2002?
That'd be the Mr. Steven Bradbury, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
That's exactly what you've done. You've done a Bradbury.
He's coming up on our show today, Andy. Good on you,
That's
mate.
we got something in common.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you won the Jam Pack. It's all coming your way. A $500 voucher to Fun Lab experiences, including Hijinks Hotel. Where fun checks in and boredom checks out. Search Hijinks Hotel. There's one right in the city in Melbourne there for you, Andy.
Well, with that big, exciting spiel there, Jonesy, hopefully I'll enjoy it.
Good.
I hope you do too.
You will enjoy it, Andy. Mark my words.
Well, coming up, if you're a follower of Nagi Maharshi from Recipe Tin Eats, you will know that she has lost her beautiful dog, Dozer. I'm trying not to cry because my dog is the same age. I really feel for Nagi.
Minnie's sitting going, hello, I'm still here.
I know. I had such sadness for Nagi over the weekend. We'll be talking about that next.
Also, Steven Bradbury joining us on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold, Jonesy and Amanda and Jam Nation. Lady Gaga performing at Super Bowl. Didn't she do well?
She did. It was an amazing thing. We're going to be talking about Super Bowl a little bit later on. Lots of people thinking, how will Bad Bunny be? What an effervescent.
I don't know much about
Love
Bad Bunny,
fest.
but he did all right. That's a lot of...
Oh, it was just this
lot of
great
features
party
there.
vibe. It just made you feel great.
How good were Green Day? Like Green Day just keep on giving. How good were they? Hello, it's Jonesy and Amanda here.
I was saddened over the weekend to hear about Nagi Mahashi's dog Dozer. I'm a big fan of her books, Recipe Tin Eats. She's a great cook, great communicator. Many, many Australians have her books on their bookshelves. And in all of her videos and in all of her book covers and in all of her social media, she features her beautiful dog Dozer, who passed away in the last few days. Dozer was 14. And she chronicled kind of what was going on with him. He was in at the vets and he was being given oxygen. And she kind of normalised stepping away from work for a while to look after her pet. And it's a conversation that we never used to have. And now I think it's quite all right to say, hey, I'm just stepping away because my shadow is in trouble. Oh, and I'm thinking about this because I spoke about this last year, that my husband's unwell, my dad is 92, my dog is 14. She's had a checkup recently. She's age appropriately
Which
aging.
she passed with flying colours, friend.
Don't say she passed.
No, she passed the
test.
The test. She's
She
fine.
did. She did. Look, she's going okay, but she's getting older, and many of us have lost a dog. Many of us know the pain of that. And I really just felt for Nagi. And I thought we'd play this poem that I bawled my eyes out to last time we played it. So, Jonesy, you're going to have to lean into the kumbaya moment that's about to come.
I'm happy
Pass
for
the
it.
tissues. This is a beautiful poem by a poet called Josie Bolker called If You've Ever Had a Dog, You Know.
If it could be with this dog, I'd want the dog days to last forever. It would always be this dog on the end of the leash, no matter the weather, rain or shine, taking our time on even the coldest of days. It would always be this dog leaving scratches on the hardwood and getting in my way while I vacuum up the very furry evidence that this house belongs to both of us. It would always be this dog at the front door when I get home from work, pacing around like nothing has ever been more joyful than this moment, every single time. If it were up to me, I'd have to leave every party early for the rest of my life to get home to this dog. I'd share the last bite of every meal, apologize to every guest for the parade of excitement when they arrive. I'd take a rain-soaked couch and muddy paw prints in the front hallway. I'd willingly find hairs on every sweater I ever wear, but I'd only do it for this dog. Because if it were this dog, I'd want the dog days to last forever.
Dog. Oh,
Come on, you have to talk now.
oh, that's sad.
No, but it's a beautiful poem, and you know, I'm feeling for Nagi, that her dog is so loved, and as she has said, thank you for all the years of love that you've shown Dozer, for sharing your own fur baby stories, and for making him feel so deeply adored beyond our little world.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with Steven Bradbury on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold. It's Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation.
Before he became Australia's first Winter Games medalist, Steven Bradbury survived 2 career-ending crashes. A collision with an ice skate where he lost 4 litres of blood.
I was lying on the ice with 3/4 of my blood spilled around me, and I said to myself, if you lose consciousness, you're going to die.
And a broken neck.
Skater in front of me falls over. I go over the top of him headfirst into the barrier and break my neck. Had to have a halo brace screwed into my head for about 2.5 months.
Well, spoiler alert, he got himself back up and went on to make history, going on to become the first Australian to win a medal at the Winter Games. And with the Games in full swing over in Italy and Milano, we couldn't think of anyone better to have on the show. Steven Bradbury, hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys. What a great name for the show. Gold.
Gold.
That's right.
There it is, mate.
Yeah. Luckily, we're not called silver or we'd all be in trouble.
Or bronze.
Or bronze. Do you think we have a love affair with the Winter Olympics because it is so dangerous? There's few events you can watch where any given moment someone can hurt themselves.
Yeah, well, you know, you look at the Summer Games and you got people going up and down a black line. There's not too many injuries there. In the Winter Games, where we saw Lindsay Vonn get carted off in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Amazing pictures there. And, you know, with the exception of curling, not too dangerous, that one. The rest of the sports at the Winter Games are incredibly fast. My sport speeds going to about 60 kilometres an hour, and that's one of the slower ones.
The narrative has been around you at the beginning of, wow, what a lucky win. But I've seen you as a motivational speaker and you're so incredibly effective because you say it wasn't a lucky win. I worked so hard to be there. I was in the final and it's all about hard work. There's no luck to be had.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say no luck.
Yes.
I mean, there's a bit of luck there.
Paraphrasing you.
When the rest of the world falls over in front of you, there's a little bit of luck there, for sure. You know, the point is that, you know, I think it's a good lesson for kids these days that if you're prepared to give all of yourself to something and you specialise like I did in speed skating, then you get good and one day you put yourself in position to capitalise when things go wrong for the competition, because that happens in lots of different areas in life, not just in speed skating at the Winter Olympics.
It's true. And watching your story again just the other night on Channel 9, I forgot about how your coach at the time said, just hang back, and that became part of your strategy.
It did. The strategy was to stay out of the way because the other 4 skaters were prepared to go through each other to win. We never imagined that strategy would be a gold medal, though. The play was to go out there and skate for a bronze through other people's mistakes. And I would have been very happy to take the bronze medal after that final, but it turned out a little bit better than bronze.
When you were growing up, to be obsessed with this sport, was that seen as a really unusual thing?
It was, yeah. Once the kids at high school find out that you wear a full-body lycra skin suit for your sport, you're not exactly the most popular kid at high school in Australia. It's not like in the Netherlands where speed skating is the national sport. But, you know, for me, the Bradbury family, my dad was the national champion back in his day, and I got introduced to it as a kid. My dad pushed me real hard, and I hated him for it in the beginning. But then I made it onto the national team when I was 15. I saw the sport internationally, and I watched the best skaters in the world at the World Championships in Amsterdam when I was 15, and I said to myself, I'm doing that. And from there, the fire was lit, and it wasn't about if I'd make the Olympics. It was about how many I was going to go to and where I was going to finish.
Oh, it's all about manifesting. You were doing manifesting before all those hippies were doing it.
That's a strange analogy, but yeah.
You were manifesting. But when you were skating on the ice, because I used to ice skate when I was a kid, and they'd always have the DJ playing the music. What was your jam when you were going around the ice skating rink flat out?
Yeah, well, back in the day, that was where people used to go on a Friday or Saturday night to go and pick up a chick.
Yeah.
Now, that was where my parents met at the ice rink in Bush, which I believe now is a freeway overpass. But yeah, I've always been a heavy metal fan, and a song that I used to pumped through was a song called Song by Henry Rollins off the Weight album, which is the last track on the album. So if you're into heavy metal, have a listen to that one.
Bit of Black Flag.
What a romantic song for you on couples night.
Henry Rollins, that'll get you through. Well, it's just great to catch up with you, Steve, really, and it's always great to see your story when it comes out again, especially at this time of year. We get very sentimental for you.
Yeah, well, it's nice to be remembered for something that I did a long time ago now. I usually tell people it was 6 years, but may have been a few more than that. The Winter Olympics is something that Aussies love, and as many of us watch it as we do the Summer Games, and it's amazing to see Australia punch above its weight. And at the moment, our record medal haul for a Winter Games is 4. I'm predicting that we get 6 here in Milan, with a couple of those being gold. So, yeah, make sure that you're glued to 9 and stand to watch the Australian medals.
Steven Bradbury, thank you.
Thanks, guys. See
Thanks, Stephen.
Coming up, from the sublime to the ridiculous. Did you watch Married at First Sight last night?
Let me just check who you're talking to. Hang on a minute. No, I didn't watch it, Brendan.
I've just got a quandary to run past you, courtesy of Married at First Sight.
There's a lot of big words in that sentence.
That's coming up on Gold.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
Right now, by the miracle of recording,
Jonesy and Amanda.
We'll do it live!
Jonesy and Amanda, those are two great names.
Such a scam.
I'm not a scab. Sense the chemistry between them, but how much of that is real?
Mind your own business and shut your pie hole.
I wish you well with your show.
Good afternoon to you. My list of things you shouldn't do on a Monday.
Oh, what are they?
Well, 1, never drop off a car for a service on a Monday, or pick up a car for a service on a Monday.
Why is that?
Because it's not going to be a good job. The mechanic's not into it. Nobody's into it. Friday, they're not into it either. If you're going to get your car serviced, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's anything. Jet skis to motorbikes to cars. In fact, even so, if you're going to buy a car, have a look at the manufacture day. Don't get a car that's made on a Friday or a Monday. Because Johnny, factory worker's going to sit there, I couldn't be bothered putting that wheel on properly. I'm just going to go home. So,
have you heard our shows on Mondays and Fridays?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the best day to buy anything like that.
So is that what you've done? You said these are things not to do on a Monday. What else is on your list?
Stand on the scales.
Oh.
Bathroom scales. And I did
on
it today.
On a Monday, why would you do it?
I don't know. I'm out of sync.
Haven't you heard of laxatives?
And I didn't even like fully nude up, because usually there's a bit of preparation before I get on the scales.
What does that mean?
Well, your preparation meaning that, when you go see your doctor, you're going to training for the blood test beforehand. You don't drink 24 hours before the blood test.
No. So do you fully nude up for the early morning whey?
Yeah.
Or do you inject yourself with hydrochloric acid like the Winter Olympians have?
I don't think it's hydrochloric acid.
Isn't it?
No, I don't think you've...
Hydroloric acid. Hyaluronic acid.
Do not inject hydrochloric acid into your
don't
area.
Inject anything into your area. We're going to talk about this later on.
No.
That's what they've been doing to get an aerodynamic advantage.
Anyway, stood on the scales and happy with the outcome. After a weekend of gutsing out, I was okay. So I was quite relieved.
Oh, this is a disappointing story.
It's a bit of a backdoor brag.
I know. What a show-off. I shouldn't have done it, but I'm so
have a look at me. And I didn't
Are you happy with yourself?
Didn't have to trash talk myself. Coming up, we just had Steven Bradbury on the show. And
Does he think you're slim? Let's ask him.
I wasn't asking. Around this time, we can get him back if you want. The Zoom link's still there. Around this time, Winter Icy Olympic Games.
That's all. Be careful.
We can't say those words.
No, we can't say those words, or we get injected with hydrochloric acid.
But we get sentimental about Steven Bradbury and the journey that he went through on that. I'm pretty sure the tribal drum will beat for this.
Well, he's also entered the lexicon with the language.
Indeed.
That's for sure. We'll take your calls on it.
Married at First Sight as well. You didn't watch it last night.
No, Brendan, I didn't.
Don't worry. I did. We'll have that for you as well after this inspirational song from Survivor on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold, Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation. Around this time, around the Icy
Olympics, we decided we can call the event in Italy.
We had Steven Bradbury just on before, and around this time, I always feel sentimental about Steven Bradbury, and maybe as I'm getting older, but I just appreciate what he did. Back when it happened in 2002, back in Utah, I always thought, he lucked that. And he did, by his own admission, when we just spoke to him.
When the rest of the world falls over in front of you, there's a little bit of luck there.
But there was a lot of work that went into it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the race itself, if you've forgotten or you don't remember how it went, it was a little bit like this.
Steven Bradbury from the tail of the field.
That's all we can play. So what happened?
Right.
Yes. Well, you're going to get us in. You're going to get us to centre.
Icy Olympics from the bottom of the field. Suddenly he won.
We're going to be.
It was incredible.
We're going to be in media gulag.
But how would, I mean, that's a wonderful thing to enter into the lexicon, the Australian language of doing a Bradbury, chucking a Bradbury.
Yeah.
A lucky win coming from nowhere.
But I tell you, folks, it's harder than it looks. It was very hard for Steven Bradbury. He bled out on the ice, lost 4 litres of blood on the ice, and then he broke his neck, and then he still went on to do that. And I was watching that slalom last night, and Lindsay Vonn, you know, the big backstory. As soon as someone gives you a big backstory, you know you don't want that, because everyone's who's had the big backstory has crashed out.
So throw snowballs at the TV crew, I'd say.
Yeah,
get away, get away.
Keep it down. I'm glad no one on this show gives us a big backstory, because we'll be set to fail.
You know, I'm going to mention someone who's done a Bradbury, and she's got a lot in common with Steven Bradbury, is Queen Victoria. Bear with me, because her ascension, is that the word, to the throne was hugely unlikely. She was 5th in line. When she was born, there was her father, a variety of uncles in front of her, and she was a girl, and people didn't think girls should be queens. So she had a lot not going for her. And then her father passes away, and her uncles, as it says here, her uncles had mistresses, but none of them had legitimate children. None of them had legitimate sons. And so one by one, they all fell by the wayside in not unusual to make it sound like she's murdered them all. But so they've all died, her father and her brothers. And suddenly out of nowhere, this baby who'd been 5th in line to the throne ends up taking over and is Queen Victoria and changes England as we know it.
Queen Victoria did a Bradbury.
Queen Victoria chucked a Bradbury. Not all heroes are on ice.
You know, this is this is something the Tribal Drum would be
Have you
for.
Ascended the throne?
Yeah, have you?
Against all odds?
Are you a time traveller? No. Have you done a Bradbury?
It might just be as simple as that you're at a party, a whole stack of people, and you thought, oh, that girl's going to like them better than me, and suddenly you're the last man standing.
There you go. We'd like that.
When have the odds gone your way?
You can call us 1355 22. Yeah, that's our number, isn't it?
It is indeed.
1355 22. The Tribal Drum is bidding for when have you done a Bradbury?
Steven Bradbury from the tail of the field.
That's all we can play. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Your calls are coming up next on Gold.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Listen to the podcast whenever you want with the free iHeart app.
Gold, it's Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation. Way back in 2002, you remember where you were when Steven Bradbury skated for gold back then over there in Utah? Actually, I don't remember where I was. I just remember it was happening.
It was happening, and we were all thrilled. An Australian had won a medal at the Icy Olympics, and it was a big deal.
That's what we call them.
And the fact that it seemed so Australian to come from the back of the field, everyone else fell over and he won.
And it coined the term doing a Bradbury.
Bradbury.
The Tribal Drum is beating.
Bradbury from the tail of the field.
And it's so Australian to do a Bradbury. Peter has joined us.
Hello, Peter.
Hi, guys.
What was your Bradbury?
It was Australia's first gold medal ever, by the way.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
In the Winter Olympics.
In
Yes.
the Winter
Thank
Olympics.
you, Peter.
I was a flight attendant with Qantas, and we were on a stopover in London, and 4 of the guys that I was hanging out with on the crew were all part-time models, and I certainly wasn't. And we met up with one of the other stewards whose sister was modelling in London. So you can imagine it's a male testosterone fest, and I read the room and thought, I can't compete. So I just stood in the back and remained quiet, and at the end of the night, she said, I need your number.
Oh.
And I said, why me? And she said, I've heard all those other stories before.
Oh, and did it go on to be a thing, or was it enough of a thing that it didn't matter that it didn't go on?
Sadly, there was a tragedy with her in a car accident years later. But no, we dated for some time.
Oh, yeah, so you paid dividends up until she died?
Correct. As only you would say, Jones.
Yes, that's it's a lot to take in from this conversation,
Well,
Peter.
you could have kept that information out of it, Peter.
I know, but I'm glad that you know your special whatever's shone through.
Sure. His powers.
I know. I've lost the power of speech.
So
That story has stunned me a little.
Remember when I was DJ working down the snow?
What happened?
And with, that older woman. She was 35, I was 19.
There was no Bradbury involved. You just put on some Barry White and hope for the best.
No, I did a bit of what Peter did.
Did you?
Although I was too noble because she had a husband.
Oh, well.
So I chose not to act on that.
This phone topic has taken a turn.
No, I'm just saying, it's just memories.
Yeah. Well, shall I mention Queen Victoria again and get us back on track?
Queen Victoria. I will take some more calls. 1355 22. When have you done your own Bradbury? We'd love to hear from you on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold, Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation. And the tribal drummers beating. When did you pull your own Bradbury?
Steven Bradbury from the tail of the field.
Well, cast your mind. Sure, that was in 2002, but cast your mind back to 1819 and the birth of Queen Victoria. I remember where I was. She was fifth in line to the throne. She had a father. She had a number of brothers and a variety of uncles. All of them just carked it or had mistresses that had children, but there was no official line to the throne. She ascended and became one of the most influential monarchs England had seen.
Would that be like Harry if everyone carked it and Harry ended up?
But he's closer than fourth. It'd be like Princess Eugenie taking over. Righto. In Leicester City in 2015, this is in the Premier League, in the soccer, the football, bookmakers had their odds at 5,000 to 1 to win. Those are worse odds than the odds of Elvis being alive.
Right.
And all their rivals self-destructed from bad form and infighting, and they just kept winning and winning and won.
And they won.
They won. No, they lost, Brendan. That's why I've mentioned the story. Yes, what about doing a Bradbury? Haven't you understood? They won. And Elvis is alive.
Brad has joined us.
Hello, Brad. Where did you do a Bradbury?
I was a part-timer at the time, and I was applying for a full-time role. I just was expecting to go, I was a baggage handler, and I was just going for another baggage handler's role, but I'd actually applied for a supervisor's role as a full-timer, and people that have been there for years were going for the same role. Unfortunately, I got the job, or fortunately for me, and a lot of people, I Bradbury'd them, they all fell over in front of me, and instead of just getting a normal job, I ended up being all their bosses. And I was a part-timer.
What did they do that caused them to fall by the wayside?
Well, they thought they were shoo-ins for the job, so they didn't try hard enough, and I tried my best just to get a full-time job, but then obviously they didn't put in enough effort, and I did.
And what is that job, Brad?
I was a baggage handler.
Oh, yeah, right. That's a good job,
But then I was a supervisor.
Then you became the big guy.
And did they respect you or did they hate you forever?
No, they hated me. I copped it for a long time.
Gee, can I just ask a question? When you're doing the baggage handling and you're out there on the tarmac, it's a bit of a show, isn't it? Like, you know
we're watching, don't you?
You know, you sort of forget that people are watching, and sometimes if there's a heavy bag, you might just throw it a bit harder than a normal bag because, you know, you do forget. It's like $4 watching you.
Yeah, because people like Amanda's husband, Harley, he just sits there as if he's a forensic observer of what you guys are doing.
He's like watching The Sims. It's
he
like
just sits there just watching.
An artificial city, watching all of you go about your business.
It's a bad time if you want to pick your bum or anything like that. I've often wondered about that. You got to do it discreetly.
You try and avoid that, and especially people with dogs, they're watching their dogs, and so you got to be very careful. But we're normally respectful of everything, you know.
I like how you've thrown the word in normally there. Thank you, Brad.
Remember that time the baggage handler put that mascot camel head on?
Yeah.
And was driving around in the tug? Thank you, Brad. Sim has joined us.
That's my camel head. Do you mind?
Better than your toe. Sim?
Hello, Sim.
Hi there. Yes, I've got a Bradbury. I did a Bradbury before it was fashionable to do a Bradbury.
What happened?
Yeah, so back in 1989, I played schoolboy football for in the Commonwealth Bank Cup. So, Jonesy, you might remember that. That was
it's a big deal.
It was sort of the hoo-ha back then. And I was actually the water boy for my school team because I was only 13. And we played a big game against a school called McCarthy High School. And this particular game, being water boy, the winger was injured. Got hauled off in the first minute of the game. Second winger was injured 2 minutes later. So I was thrown a jersey and gone, here you go, mate, off you go onto the wing. So out I trotted as a 13-year-old playing against under 18s. And, 10 minutes into the game, I was floored by a young boy who would go on to play for Australia by the name of Brad Fittler.
Wow! Whoa.
Most fun concussion you've ever had.
So Freddie
This
Fittler
is the only injury I've ever had in rugby league. And you know what? He was very gracious at the end. He came over and he shook my hand and he actually apologised for the tackle. So,
Well, I wouldn't expect anything
What a
less from
story.
Brad. He's a lovely fella.
What a story.
He's riding around Australia on the moment on his motorcycle.
Is he?
With all the guys. Yeah, they do that thing when they do this big ride
Is
on
it a
their Harleys.
fundraiser?
Yeah. And they go to all these communities. I think they're up in Queensland.
Oh,
at the
good
moment.
on them. And thank you, Sim, for
possibly
sharing the
listening.
story.
Good on you, Sim. Coming up, Married at First Sight. I know you watched it, didn't you?
No.
I just got a question about.
You're not going to ask me, surely.
I just want to get your take, a woman's take on this particular situation.
All right.
That's coming up on Gold.
Jam Nation.
That's Gold. Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation. I know that you don't indulge in Married at First Sight.
I've watched a few seasons through the years, and I've just decided I don't need it.
Yeah. And over the times, you've come to love the various characters that have been on the show.
Remember the guy with the flip-top head?
With the toothbrush.
There was someone whose head was upside down.
That's right, Twisty's Breath.
Twisty's Breath.
What about the cult of Jessica Power? Remember Jessica Power?
Oh.
She went on to complain that people were saying that she had work done on her bum, on her boobs. She was saying, no, what I did was I had fat sucked out of my bum and put into my boobs, okay?
Get it right.
Get it right.
Click, clack, front and back.
So, Married
So I live vicariously through you.
And I like to watch it. I like the social experiment. The last wedding was last night, which looked like a bit of a slapdash affair. It was out the front of the Sydney Opera House, but honestly, it looked like they hadn't even asked permission to film there.
Right.
It was like, quick, come on, let's get the
Film it
trestle
on your
table out.
phones.
quick, hurry up. Anyway, this is Julia and Grayson. And Julia had this bombshell that she dropped at the reception.
I have dated all kinds of different people. I'm actually bisexual. Yeah. How does that make you feel?
How does it make you feel, Grayson?
Oh, I don't think about it at all.
Cool.
It's not.
Great.
I don't see people for their sexuality. I'm open to anything. Doesn't bother me whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never dated anyone that's bisexual, but I've married someone that's bisexual. Yeah.
And he's got the grin like a Cheshire cat.
Does he mean he's married her or he previously was married to
No, he's
someone?
married her.
Oh, I thought he might have meant his previous husband was
According
bisexual.
to the powers invested in Channel 9.
Well, he does sound slightly nervous, and you know when you get like, oh yeah,
Really casual.
and he's trying to sound like he's very open to
It's
it.
like-
oh, it's okay. Oh, yeah,
It's like
I
when you're a
know,
kid
yeah.
and someone offered you a smoke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
He's being offered more than a smoke.
But the interesting thing about this, and
Tell me what.
I've just been
tell me,
talking to
Brendan.
the guys and the girls of the world. Does that mean?
Oh, tell me you know what bisexual means.
No, I know what bisexual.
Let me do you a drawing.
Can you? No. Does that, in the world of the guy, as soon as they think of a bisexual woman, they're instantly thinking they're going to bring another woman into the mix. That's what guys think.
I think that is a Pornhub version of the world.
Okay, but that's what guys live
No,
in a
do they?
Pornhub world.
Do they think that?
So what I'm saying, I just did a bit of a straw poll around the ladies at work here, in HR.
But then it got to HR and it all ended.
In a HR.
How's that taser feeling?
In a HR safe way. But the ladies here seem to think, no, that avenue is cut off. So she gets married to him. There's no more bisexuality for her.
We've had this discussion before. This has come up before with you. And I find it intriguing that this is the way you think, that because she's bisexual, if she's getting married to him, she still has an avenue to explore. How is that different to if you get married, which you did, and you have 1,000 other avenues you could explore with other women, but you choose not to because you're married? It's the same thing here. She's marrying him, so therefore that's where her commitment goes, allegedly.
Yeah. I guess I'd probably say what Grayson says.
Oh, I don't think about it at all. It's not.
You know, can I say, the whole time I was talking then, you were just looking at the screen waiting to play that. You didn't want my opinion. You didn't
I
want
love
to
your
know
opinion.
you didn't want to know what any of us really think. You just want to fantasize about a
what
couple of women.
Have you got drawings that you can do? Because you're a very good artist. You're good at drawing. You're very detailed artist.
I look forward, Brendan, to you continuing to watch for the emotional exploration of maths.
I watch it so you don't have to.
Well, coming up, speaking of things that are slightly unusual in the bedroom, what about in the Icy Olympics, as we're calling these winter games? The stories that are coming out about some of the athletes injecting their downstairs regions, their penises, with, is it hydrochloric acid?
No, hyaluronic acid.
Well, either way, I don't think that's
They
a
put
good
it on
thing
their
to do.
face. The ladies, they use it.
But that's not making
Everything's
their
done
faces.
with hyaluron.
It's not making their faces go faster.
I think it gives body to something.
It does. It increases the girth. We'll speak about it.
Also, okay.
We will speak about it. I'll do a drawing.
Grayson, you want to talk about this?
I don't think about it at all. It's
I
not,
reckon he does. I reckon he does.
Also, Instagram makes us return your chance to win $2,000 on gold.
Jonesy and Amanda.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
We had so many requests for them to do it again.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Man, that shake just cracks me up.
Maybe you should lay off the moonshine.
Jonesy's always knocking Amanda.
It's so easy.
Amanda always knocking Jonesy.
I'm done. Stick it in the guts, Barry.
I'm just perusing the list of words we can't say regarding the games sports event in Italy. They are words I can say.
We've decided,
I'm not even supposed to be reading this list.
We decided that we can say Icy Olympics.
Icy Olympics. That's you could say that, and I think we need some sort of jingle for the Icy Olympics.
We can't use an official song.
What we could use is some sort of Gemini Rye, some sort of stereotypical Italian music would be nice.
Okay.
Let's make the pizza as we ski down
I want
the
to
hill.
make a bit of spaghetti. Is there a non-stereotypical one?
Yeah.
The Icy Olympics.
You can't even read out what we can't say, obviously.
No.
Can you check for me, though? Can we say the words penis
Okay.
and girth?
Girt by sea?
Girth.
Oh, girth.
Because those things are necessary to say for my following story.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Yana. Yes, you can. You can say those.
I'm trying to sound professional.
I don't know if you can say them together, but what the hell?
What the hell? Well, a story involving both those things is up next.
Also-
and it is about the Icy Olympics.
Instagram is coming up as well.
You can say that.
You can say that. I'm just worried. Super Bowl, we can go to town on that because one of our boys has done very well for Denver. That's coming up on Jam Nation.
Jam Nation.
Gold, Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation and the Super Bowl, which we can talk about. We certainly talk about Michael Dixon. Michael Dixon lined up for the Seattle Seahawks against the New England Patriots, and the Sea Eagles won.
Yeah. I thought we were going to talk about penis.
Oh, sorry, what are we talking about here? I've got it around the wrong way.
You got it around the wrong way.
Sorry.
And you've made me say the P word out loud to slow you down in your tracks.
Because there's so many things you can't. We've got this new time slot, and people are on my case about what you can and can't say.
About the Icy Olympics.
So we'll talk about. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to save it?
I want to talk and get this out of the way because I've hooked it now, as it were.
Because we're on thin ice.
Who with?
With the Olympics.
With the feds.
I'm going to say, can you even say that?
With the Winter Games.
With the...
We've got to be careful about what we can say.
Ryan, Icy Olympics.
In Italy.
Yeah.
This is a story, and gird your loins because it's about loins. They're finding that they're investigating claims, the anti-doping agency is investigating claims that ski jumpers have been injecting their members with hyaluronic, not hydrochloric, hyaluronic acid. This is the stuff I think that's filler that women put in their faces.
Yeah, you see it on the ads.
Yeah, that's right. But then it's not normally seen injected
They call it
into another region.
hyaluron. That's the abbreviation.
Okay. Well, this is being known as Penis Gate because they're buying themselves some extra room in their ski suits, and this is apparently giving them the edge. So what happens is you are measured for the ski jumpers are measured for their suits, the measurements of their body length, including crotch height, determined by a 3D body scanner.
Mm-hmm.
So the dimensions of the suit are strictly regulated because the total size of the suit can have a significant effect on the amount of lift that you can generate.
Yeah.
And so enlarging the penis with hyaluronic acid can provide a benefit when the athlete is subject to this standardized body measurement process. The dimensions recorded of their body would be larger than they would otherwise, as they say. So if you've injected this, it makes the nether region wider.
And it makes like a fruit bat.
And more
or a glider.
Surface area. All of that to help you glide through the air. As they say here, every extra centimetre on a suit counts. If your suit has 5% bigger surface area, you fly further.
Because I heard about them putting modelling clay down there. But the problem is when they get back to the scrutineering part.
You've made a vase.
Because they go, what's this in? What's here? What's this stuff?
It's a terracotta warrior.
I was scared. I'm up in the air, of course. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
the modelling clay.
The modelling
is
clay.
Not natural.
No. And this is completely natural. You have to be careful, though. Poorly injected doses
Hyaluron.
of this, penile pain, deformity, injection, inflammation, sexual dysfunction, and in the worst case, gangrene and loss of penis.
We don't want that.
No, you'd get no extra lift that way.
Although penile pain, they're playing at Knotfest this year.
You'll have a ball.
Okay, well, good.
Now, next up, we are going to talk about Super Bowl.
Yes, and we can talk about Super Bowl.
We can say any Super Bowl-ish words we like.
We've got to talk about the halftime. We've got to talk about our representative. It's all coming up on Gold.
Jam Nation.
You can see a whole lot more of Jonesy and Amanda on our socials. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Gold, it's Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation. Something we can talk about ad nauseum is the Super Bowl. I must confess, I'm not really a Super Bowl fan. I don't understand NFL football. I want to understand it. I've been to Super Bowl parties and more or less I'm just there for the food and the beer. The fact you can drink at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I went to an NFL game when I was in the States with the kids.
Was it good?
I wanted it to be good. I enjoyed the atmosphere. I enjoyed buying a beer and sitting in the crowd. And 5 minutes later, I thought, I don't know.
It's like baseball, though. I know baseball from movies, American baseball. But then when I went in New York and I went and saw a game, and I thought, oh, my God.
And they think cricket's boring.
I know. I thought this thing. Anyway.
But it's nice to have a vested interest, and we did have that this year. And that's how I say we.
Michael Dixon is the second Australian to play and win in the Super Bowl, which is a big deal. You remember Jordan Mailata.
Last year.
So it's a big deal. And Michael, I was just doing a bit of research about him. What I discovered, he lives in my street. I didn't know that.
I imagine he lives in the States now because he's just signed a contract.
Well, he grew up in my street.
He's the highest paid punter in NFL's history. 23 million Australian dollars is his contract.
His story is great because he played AFL as a youngster and they love the NFL, love the AFL punters because they can boot the ball for miles.
So his only job is to be the kicker, isn't he?
He's the punter, but his big thing, it was unconventional. It was against the Denver Broncos and he made an unconventional game-winning move against the Detroit Lions when he ran the ball, an unusual move for the punter.
You normally just kick it when it comes to...
everyone's got their own role. You got the guy that does this and you got the guy that does this. And so
the guy that dates one of the Jenners.
Which one was that?
Not Caitlin, I don't know. But no, I mean, don't all the Jenners and the Kardashians always go out with these kind of footballers?
I guess so. But it's a big deal in America, and we applaud Michael Dixon. And, of course, he had this to say when he was interviewed on the field.
Anything you'd like to say to everybody watching back home in Australia?
Yeah, I love my family. I love my friends. I love Australia. Can't wait to get home. I get some chips with some chicken salt.
Right on.
Are you going to knock on his parents' door now and harass them?
A cup of chicken salt.
He'll be bathing in chicken salt. I hope he doesn't have any abrasions because that'd be really salty.
Cardiovascular system's good too.
Well, let's talk about the halftime entertainment as well. Bad Bunny. Now, you may not know much about Bad Bunny, but he is one of the most streamed artists on the planet. Just last week, he won a Grammy and his album was the first fully Spanish language project ever to win Album of the Year. So it was quite controversial when it was announced that he was going to be the halftime entertainment because he performs in Spanish. He's Puerto Rican, which is a part of America. And he had a whole lot of other special guests. Pedro Pascal, Jessica Alba was there. Of course. From Marrickville.
And his South's jersey.
That's right.
The random South's
Cardi B, Ricky Martin, they all performed alongside him. And he paid homage to his Latin American roots. And it was, I don't know if you've seen the performance, but you don't have to understand any of the language to get the vibe. It was absolutely beautiful. It was very human. In an AI world, it just felt quite amazing.
So you're watching Fast and the Furious.
But there was also an actual marriage taking place in it. That was actual marriage.
There was a lot of moving parts.
Lots of moving parts, but the joy of it was beautiful, and the messages was very clear that he was unite. He said, "United States, let's unite everybody."
True.
President Trump. Let me tell you what he tweeted.
Was he quiet about it?
This is what he said on Truth Social. The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. It makes no sense. It's an affront to the greatness of America. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying. 13% of Americans, 41 million people, speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
That's not on his tweet. That's me saying
That's
that.
a lot of Spanish.
I know. He's saying nobody understands a word the guy's saying. The dancing is disgusting.
Right.
Let's talk about disgusting.
Right.
And he said, especially for young children who are watching this throughout the USA, this show is a slap in the face to our country, etc., etc. We should be watching the Melania film. He didn't say that, but obviously that's what
You're
he
just
thinks.
paraphrasing.
Yeah.
What did you think of Lady Gaga? Lady Gaga was good.
She was great.
What about, though, stars of the show, Green Day?
Surely he'd recognise that.
Man, we've always had our stuff, though. Meatloaf.
See, I don't know what he's saying.
Billy Idol.
Just wait for some power.
Remember that? The power never came back on. He had to ride his hovercraft off into the distance.
So humiliating when you have to leave the field on a hovercraft. Coming up, Instagram is here. Would you like to play? There is $2,000 that could be yours. Why don't you give us a call? 135522 on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold, Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation.
Best money. Extra cash.
I need money. Jonesy and Amanda's.
Yip yap. 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You could pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right, $1,000.
You might be able to make it $2,000 if you answer a bonus question correctly, but it's double or nothing.
Brett is in Launceston in Tasmania.
Hi,
Hello,
Brett.
How you going?
Brett, I'm organising a trip right now. We're going to ride around Tasmania come April.
Do you want to stay at Brett's house?
We're on the ferry and we're going to get into Launceston and then we're going round the island. Any inside information you give me?
Stay right away. It's good. It's good. It's a good place to ride around.
Okay.
Are you saying that because of the nature of Jonesy or just the nature of Launceston?
No, I'm just being silly.
No, that's okay, Brett. I went to Tasmania. Remember, I went there a couple of years ago and we went in a car and we were driving around the island. I went, this is the biggest waste. This is a motorcycle, riding around on a motorcycle. Right. And so I've got a gang together. No, not a bad gang, a reasonable gang, Brett. So don't lock up.
Stay inside.
Don't lock up your daughters, lock up your
well,
wives.
You've made it sound delightful.
No, it's safe. It's, middle-aged people on motorbikes.
Launceston is a lovely place, Brett.
Yep.
So let's see what we can do and see how much money we can get you. Are you ready to start? We've got 10 questions. 60 seconds.
Okay.
If you're not sure, Brett, say pass. We might have time to come back.
Okay.
All right, here we go, Brett. Good luck. Here's question number 1. What animal was Peter Rabbit?
Rabbit.
Question 2. What's my last name?
Pass.
Question 3. What's the yellow part of an egg called?
Yolk.
Question 4. Todd Woodbridge was famous for playing which sport?
Golf.
Oh, he's a tennis player, Brett.
And you know Amanda's last name.
Well, it's all right that you don't know. It's Keller. But you don't.
I'll be able to see if Brett knows it.
No, he doesn't have to know it. But that's why it's a quiz.
You've been a big deal in Tasmania.
Sure I am.
You were down there eating a big scallop pie.
I must say, I had a hangover when I saw the big scallop pie van. I thought, I can't do that. Can't do that.
Would you say, Brett, that that's not hangover food, the scallop pie?
No, it's not hangover food.
No, it's not. Well, Brett, look out. Go and lock your house because Josie's on the way.
No, it's going to be, Brett, it's going to be great.
That's good. It's one of the best places in the world to ride a motorbike around.
Yeah, and getting on the Spirit of Tasmania with your motorbike, is that all right? Like it's not going to fall over or anything like that?
No, that's great. No, you'll be right with that.
Okay. Thank you, Brett.
Have you quizzed him enough now, Brendan?
No, I'm just getting some information.
Well, that's, yeah.
You can go to TripAdvisor, get wrong
yes,
information.
You can.
Or you can get something from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Well, we've flattered you enough, Brett. Thank you.
Thank you, Brett. It'll be back again tomorrow, Instagram. Could be yours. My daughter is getting married in March. Did you know that?
You've mentioned it once or twice, but I'm excited.
Something that gets wheeled out quite regularly are a few phrases. One is deadbeat.
How much is this going to cost me?
That's from me. One is deadbeat dad if I don't do everything that she says that I have to do. And the other one is, well, it's your daughter's wedding.
Right.
And I had an experience on the weekend that I might just get your opinion about.
Oh, dear.
That's coming up on Gold.
Hear every second of Jonesy and Amanda On Demand. Search for us now on the iHeart app.
Gold, Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation with Billy Joel. My daughter's wedding is coming up in March.
I know. It's so exciting. Is everything nailed down?
Did you get the invitation?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
She couldn't mail invitations. She said, how do you mail stuff? And I said, sweet pea.
Put it on a pigeon.
Can't people just do a QR code? And I said, no, you got to make it official.
And where are you with the arrangements? I mean, how many? It's about 6 weeks away? Month away?
Yeah. What is it, March 21?
Oh, yeah. So, no, about 6 weeks. So is everything nailed down? Is everything organised?
Yep. We've got the venue. That's all good.
Yeah.
We've negotiated the flowers. You'll be happy to know.
You were able to talk them down as Mr. Cheapo on this her special day.
I had nothing to do with that, but we managed to get seasonal flowers for a good rate.
Yeah. Dandelions from the side of the road are very pretty.
I'm in the process of negotiating the suit I'm going to wear. I've got that blue suit, the ill-fated TV audition suit that I wore for 20 minutes.
Oh,
and they're all saying to me, you can't wear that because it's blue. And I said, well, and then they said, it is your daughter's wedding.
Also, did you feel it was filled with bad juju?
No, not really, because I know that audition was the best audition I've ever done.
Oh, okay. So it didn't have, as I say in broadcast, you didn't have
the only problem with me and that was I'm white and I'm male. That was the only problem.
Brendan.
Away from that,
please.
Away from that. I'm wondering if I could, do you think with the tags on it, just between you and me, could I take it back to the shop?
The one that you wore for the audition?
Yeah. It's got the tags.
Does it smell of anxiety?
No, not at all.
Desperation, flop sweat?
No.
Okay. Well, you've said these words out loud.
I don't sweat.
Thanks, Andrew.
And I haven't even been to the Falklands.
But that's you. But how are the other wedding preparations?
Well, there's all these preparations and the words that kept wheeled out regularly, cheapskate by you, and it's your daughter's wedding.
By your wife, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and if I don't go to stuff, I'll become a deadbeat dad.
Like what stuff?
Deadbeat dad.
What stuff?
Just anything.
Not the hen's night, surely.
No. But so on the weekend, the cake tasting. Did you know now there's cake tasting?
What does that involve?
You go and taste the cake to see if you could like
that.
Well,
do you sample like 10 different cakes and decide which one you want?
And Roman, he looked at me and says, the cake tasting's on Saturday, Dad. Would you like to come? And just before I said, why would I go to that? I saw a little cherubic face. And I went, why wouldn't I go to that?
Why wouldn't you? You get to taste cakes. It's a dream.
Yeah, so we went along there and I got to tell you, I'm glad I went.
How many did you taste?
There's one brand of cake. They're going with profiteroles.
So it's not like a wine tasting where you spit it into a bucket.
Ew. No. So you got the profiteroles.
So the decision's been made.
So there's, should I be saying this? Am I giving the game away?
Yeah, actually, keep some secrets.
Okay. A choux pastry, but gee, these things were good. Like really good.
Oh, so the decision's already made. So what's the tasting for?
Well,
to see if you like it.
With your choux pastry, you can have various flavours. You can have a vanilla or a chocky. Or a Grand Marnier.
Right.
You can have those in there. So
Milo. You could.
If you wanted.
Profiteroles filled with Milo.
I don't think you want many options. But anyway, I'm not going to tell you what we're putting in there because I want it to be a surprise.
Oh, no. What have you chosen?
It's all right. No, they're from the flavours.
Glue.
Glue. So that's.
So I shut my pie hole.
But then I got home and I said to my wife, Helen, I said, that was great. That was really good. And she said, you get to do all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what does that mean? And she's had to go to the fittings, wedding dress fittings.
See, that sounds like fun too, seeing your daughter try on wedding dresses. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I said you certainly had fun at the Magic Mike experience on the hen's night.
Sampling the tasties.
There was a lot
What's that filled with?
A lot of salt.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Anyway.
Well, we'll be back again tomorrow.
Excellent.
See, and you know what we're going to do tomorrow?
What are we going to do?
Backed by popular demand, and it actually is popular demand. Tin Hat Tuesday. Give us your conspiracy theories.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Catch up on the Jonesy and Amanda podcast. Download the free iHeart app now.
See you next time.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Hear every second of Jonesy and Amanda on demand. Search for us now on the iHeart app.